If your goal is to lose body fats or belly fats or even build six pack, it's actually easier than you've been told. Let me tell you how. Growing up, I was a skinny boy that wanted to be as big as possible. But because I had no guidance, I was eating anything and everything. But then I was still going to the gym. Few years later, I was able to build some reasonable amount of muscle. But then I built fat also. And that was a very, very big problem for me because I had big belly fats. In this video, I'll be answering the questions of how to lose belly fats and build six pack, just like I did. I feel the need to make this video because there are too many misinformation online, especially in the fitness industry. Recently, I came across some videos on how to lose belly fat, where the influencers were talking about things like using a waist trainer, 20 minutes belly fat workout, or buying a particular slim tea. I've forgotten. And there are so many more outside of that. After over 7 years of training, I can confidently tell you that none of those things actually work. It took me quite a long period of time to fully understand these things, but now I do understand these things and I know what to work. And my body, most importantly, is a proof to you that I actually do understand what I'm talking about. Talking about fat loss generally, there are so many factors that comes into play when it comes to fat loss, but I'll try as much as possible to break them down just so it doesn't get you confused. I'll be giving you 5 key points you need to understand in order to lose that belly fat. Number one, be in a calorie deficit. This is very, very important. This is like the foundation of fat loss entirely. If you do not get this right, you can't get any other thing right. Calorie deficit simply means that you're burning more calories in a day than you're consuming, which means from your walking, from things that you eat. So which means you have to like wash your portion, like you have to like be in a portion control. You have to move. You can't just sit in the office or probably just sit in your room all throughout the day. To be in a calorie deficit, you have to be in a portion control too, because ordinarily, if you keep eating what you've been eating, that actually got you that belly fat or that actually got you that fat, you need to like change your way of life, probably your lifestyle. So which means if you've been eating some type of food before, probably junk food, you have to cut them out. So you have to like focus more on food that has more of protein than calorie. And you have to move more. You have to move because you have to like burn more than you consume from food. So if you're burning, for example, if you're burning about 150 calories in a day from your movement and your body burning processing or working on your protein, you can't consume up to that amount of calorie from food. So if you're burning 150, you'll be consuming something around 100 or even less. There are so many influencers online selling different products, selling different supplements, fat loss supplements, take this to lose belly fats, or buy this tea just so you can lose belly fat. It doesn't work. Calorie deficit is the only true way to lose belly fat. Any other thing is just some scam somewhere to just like go away with your money. So stick to your calorie deficit and that way you surely lose belly fat. To make this easier for yourself, you should put your attention or focus more on the kind of food that will give you protein. Focus on eating more of egg, more of your chicken, more of your turkey, more of Greek yogurt if you're not lactose intolerant. So if you're putting more focus on protein giving food, it will fill you up and not give room for eating some other food that are so high in calories, such as beans, rice, and so many other food that are high in calories. But you can still eat your rice, you can still eat your beans, just have to like be in the portion control. Don't eat too much of calorie giving food, such as those rice. So if you're eating 3 scoops of rice before you start this journey of fat loss, so reduce it to like 1 scoop, then more of the protein. So if you're using just one turkey before with 3 scoops of rice, now take it to just 1 scoop of rice or two. You can just start with two just to make the journey easy for yourself. 2 scoops of rice, then with more of the protein. The number 2 point here is I think this is like where most people like find it hard to stay consistent with the journey, and that is avoiding junk food. You can't be on weight loss journey and still be eating anyhow. You can't be eating all those processed food, too much of bread, too much of donuts, too much of frying food. So to be in a calorie deficit and to lose fat, you have to also be in junk food control. In actual fact, if you can't cut everything out entirely at a time, you start it gradually. Take out the bread. If you're eating bread twice in a week before, then now eat it once. So gradually cut out those junk food. The number 3 points here is you have to prioritize much of protein. Although I've mentioned this before, but then protein is one of the pillars that holds belly fat, like low belly fat loss or losing body fat generally. Because your body takes more effort to break down protein intake. So automatically, if you are not like moving that much or not even exercising, if you're taking so much of protein, your body will work so much that it's actually like start cutting calories on its own. So you have to like prioritize taking protein. Protein is the most important macronutrient when it comes to like building muscle and also losing fat. And the number four, this used to be one of the hardest things for me to do when I started bodybuilding or being a coach or even using the gym at all. That is being consistent and being patient. I always like wanted the results as fast as possible, and I was finding it very, very, very hard to stay consistent. But the actual fact is, being consistent is very, very, very important when it comes to anything that you're doing in life, generally. But especially fitness, the more consistent you are in your fitness journey, the more results you see. So you have to be consistent with whatever you're doing to lose fat. You have to be consistent with your calorie deficits. You have to be consistent with taking more protein. You have to be consistent with cutting out your junks. So you can't start something and stick to it for just 3 to 4 weeks. Then you feel like, I think I'm tired. I want to like explore a little bit. No, you have to like be consistent at least to an extent before you can have cheat days or days off to enjoy yourself. You have to be consistent to an extent, and you have to be patient too. You don't start weight loss journey or fat loss journey for just a week or two, and you feel like I'm not seeing results. It doesn't work that way. The fat did not get there in just one single day. So to take a longer period of time for the fat to leave. So it's a gradual process, like sowing a seed. When you sow a seed, it might not like germinate instantly or even the second day. So it's a gradual process. It's like contributing. So if you do today, do tomorrow. You have to like stay consistent to the journey. Fat loss is a journey. You have to like enjoy it. It's not a destination. Just before I give the last point, I want to make this clear. And the thing is, you can't spot lose fat in a particular part of your body. Just for example, if you have a very big tummy, you can't be like, I want to lose the tummy fat only. Body fats or fat loss happens generally in your entire body. So most of the time, it starts from where you have the lesser fat. Most time from your face, your shoulder, your arms. Then eventually, it gets to that particular part that you want to like lose the fat so urgently. So you can't like focus only on losing your belly fat or your love handles or your chest fat or back fat or whatever part of the body that you have the fat. So fat loss is a whole thing that happens generally all over the body. So stop putting your mind towards, coach, I want to like lose fat, but I want to only lose the fat in my tummy. No, you can't do that. If you want to be in a fat loss journey or fat loss routine, it's a general thing. The only thing you can do is, which will bring me to the last point, that is lifting weights. If you're lifting weights alongside doing your cardio, you'll be able to like stay toned. If this is a lady, you'll be able to like stay toned. Then while you lose fat, you won't like just lose most of your muscles while you lose the fat. And if you're a guy like myself, when I started, that I had belly fat alongside being jacked. So if you have belly fat, you have to understand that what you have to do is to be in a calorie deficit alongside avoiding what I've told you to avoid, which is the junk food, prioritizing your protein. You have to do that. You have to like eat enough protein. Plus lifting weights, you can't keep training cardio alone. You can't go to the gym and just jump on training every time or you on Stairmaster every time. Yes, you can. You should do cardio. That will make your journey even faster. But then you can't skip lifting weights. Lifting weights allows you to build muscle, and most of the time you can't have muscle and fat in the same part. So it doesn't work like that. So if you're losing muscle, if you're losing body fat rather, you're replacing it with muscle. So if you have access to the gym, don't just do cardio alone. Include weightlifting sessions, strength train with lift. Both ladies and the guys, you have to lift weights to lose fat if you have access to the gym. Just so you know, lifting weights, which is the last point, is only an extra if you have access to the gym though. If you do not have access to the gym, if you do the 4 point that I gave earlier, you would still be able to lose your body fat or your belly fat without even touching or stepping a foot into the gym whatsoever. But if after a long period of time you're still not seeing the results that you're looking for with your fat loss journey or belly fat loss journey, that means you're doing something wrong. Because if you're getting everything right, your calorie deficit, your protein intake, your junk food cutting off, and your consistency and patience, if after a very long time, at least a year, and you're not seeing any result whatsoever, because seeing results actually like depends on if the amount of body fat that you have and how consistent and strict you are to your diet. So after a long period of time, if you're still not seeing results, like I've said earlier, you should go back and retrace your steps. Check if truly you're cutting more calories in a day than you're consuming. Check if truly you've stopped taking junk food. Check if truly you're increasing your protein content, and check truly if you're consistent. Like I've said, if you have to see results, you have to be very, very consistent. Consistency is the strongest force in the world. Seeing results in the gym takes consistency. The more you show up, the more results you see. If you're still confused or you have more questions on how to lose belly fat or body fat generally, send me a DM on Instagram or drop them in the comment section. If you find this video helpful, do also subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.